more, let's cross over to David Snow, a professor of sociology at the University of California. Thank you so much for joining us on the program today, sir. Now, one of the moves for change comes from the House Democrats that are set to present a police reform bill on Monday that basically focuses on holding law enforcement accountable for any misconduct. What can we expect to come out of this bill?
Well, I'm not sure what will come out of the bill. Certainly from the Democrat side, there'll be initiatives to hold the police force more accountable for their actions. How this will carry with the Republicans, and if it gets through the House into the Senate, is another question. Part of it depends on how much President Trump wants to push forward with his law and order initiatives. But I think it's important to understand, in terms of the history of the U.S., the police both literally and metaphorically have had their knee on the throats of Black citizens from pretty much the inception of the country. And so the fury and rage that we've seen in the U.S. is partly response to that, but it's not just to that, it's to other factors that congeal with police violence. Even with the pandemic, it's the Black Americans that have suffered the most in terms of death rates, with 2 to 3 to 4 times higher than white Americans. So it's a confluence of a number of factors that count for this rage.
So we have this bill. We're seeing states making significant changes within their police departments. Many cases similar to George Floyd's have been reopened. But what's next? What else needs to be done for everlasting change within our daily lives?
I think one is the awareness. I think Americans need to inspect their own lives and come to understand how they often engage in racism, some of it very subtle. It may not always be intentional. To a certain extent, it's what a fellow sociologist called it racism without racist. It's baked into our social order. And we need really a kind of consciousness revolution and transformation for our culture to come to grips with our relationship to people of color in this country, and the steps that need to be taken to include them as fellow citizens.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to go back to the bill for a second here. Do you think when the bill reaches the Senate, and just taking into consideration how the Trump administration's been dealing with this whole situation, do you think that there's a chance that that bill won't pass?
Yeah, of course, it depends on what's in it. But so far, just about anything that the Democrat House has proposed to the Senate has met with opposition. So I think that there be discussion, but to get it passed in the Senate that's Republican controlled, my guess it would have to be watered down considerably, and that's not going to be satisfactory to the protesters and those pushing for significant change with respect to racial justice and or injustice and inequality in the country.
All right, David Snow, thank you so much for giving us that analysis here on TRT World.